Hello.
Wow. More
More
Nazi.
more
More Nazi
Nazis.
killing. Um oh, you know what? Can I Oh, it's really quiet. Okay, now I can hear it.
Oh hell yeah. Need splatter
How
protection.
do I
There's no point in keeping me
There we
here.
go.
I will be very
I forgot that
loyal
you
to
I thought you did this section. Maybe we went a little bit and then stopped.
I think
Oh,
we
you know what?
it was a
No,
fairly
I saw
long one we were on
realize who I am.
before.
If you will, if you
I need
stop what
splatter.
you are doing.
What, an apron's not enough?
I think there's a mask somewhere.
Go Connor.
That's not German.
Oh shit.
That's that's Polish.
They're basically the same thing, right? Mat Matavice? Okay. It has been almost 5 years now since the murder stopped, but people have not forgotten the ruthless serial killer of Matavice. What drove this killer to murder innocent German men with such calculated and cold-hearted brutality? Why could the authorities not stop him? We take a look into the investigation and how the murders still haunt the people of Matavice. It's like a podcast episode.
Goggles, yeah.
Understand, you damned lunatic, that I am superior to people like you.
I mean, I don't know if they get into it in this game that much or not, because it is kind of a. How many times did he stab you?
I'm not sure, but I'm also confused on why we didn't like tie him down. I forgot the videos are so low compared to the in-game.
Oh, that's so quiet. This is a real problem with a lot of games in the past, though. Hold on. Oh no. Frostpunk 2 is out.
It's on Game Pass.
Oh yes, thank you.
I'm like, let me save you that money. It's on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass. Don't spend $44.
I do also want to check Tactical Breach Wizards.
Oh yeah, I was intrigued. I was intrigued by that conversation.
Yeah, they Min-Max seemed pretty positive on it. Dude, I'm so bummed that Plucky Squire like basically just
Yeah, I'm
not
gonna be honest. I'm
flopped,
gonna be
but
real with you.
like
I'm gonna be real with you.
uh,
I had not even heard of the game.
Plucky Squire.
You brought that up in conversation, and I was just
Oh,
like, I don't know. And then I listened to the episode, and I was like, I have no idea what this is about. So
but
I probably missed their interview on it and some other things too. So
yeah, but it's upsetting because I'm like, I wanted a little
16. Excuse me.
bite-sized Zelda. What's up?
Why would I want to play? Why do I want to play Baldur's Gate with 16 people?
But it solves the issue we were talking about the other day when we mentioned playing with Davey, because it lets up
Like
to
getting
8 human players
Oh, 8 human. I see. Okay, never mind.
in
That makes more
multiplayer.
sense.
You can do 16
I
on your solo game if you want, but
I wonder if they balance it at all with that, or there's an option to
probably
balance it
not. That would
because
probably
that was one thing I think we struggled with in our own
hello
thing. It's like eventually we were
too strong.
just way too strong,
Because
way too early.
because imagine like you could have 2 monks on the field to just rolling through shit.
Yeah, and I think the different monk classes are something more overpowered in the game.
Yeah, because for me the open fist one was just like roll through people so fast.
Yeah.
Hand holding, skinship. Are you familiar with that term, Connor? Skinship.
No.
Okay, let me educate you. So that's a term used in specifically like Korean, Japanese, and like East Asian, we'll call it media, where like if they hold hands or something like that, it's called skinship. Because in those cultures, like just holding hands is like ooh, like big
Because
moment.
PDA is like frowned upon way more than it is here.
Yeah, and it might be different now, but like back when I was really into like Korean dramas and all that jazz,
No, my understanding, I understand what you mean now, but I did not know the term.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as with a lot of that stuff, like you're gonna have people who are kind of breaking the norms, but like as far as the norms are concerned, like yeah, that's everything I've heard. It's you're expected to be a lot more demure, for lack of a better word,
Yeah.
and not like that's
Well.
just not appropriate socially
Mm-hmm.
in public and whatnot. And like to a certain extent, that's true here. And like I'll be honest, it's like there are contexts in which it's like some things are more or less appropriate. It's like I don't know. I've been uncomfortable before when people are just like at a counter, at a cashier counter, and like they have
Going
their
at it.
significant other there and just like sitting on laps and just like feeling each other up or whatever. And like that's weird. That's a bad context for me. But like if you're hugging, even kissing in public, whatever. It's like, why do we care? There are first off way bigger problems in the world.
I'm just like,
Um,
don't do it. Mouse. What?
oh,
Like, I had to take a guess on which buttons. Oh, I'm gonna pick it up. That's one thing. Trying to go back and play like these slightly older games is like, hello. Um, is like, oh, hold on. Following the discovery of more limestone deposits outside
see,
Bellica,
that's
Croatia,
German.
Commander Irene Engel of Camp Bellica revealed her plans to build a second campsite. As limestone is such a crucial ingredient in the manufacture of super concrete,
Super concrete.
which is the building block of our new world, this new quarry
I
will
mean,
ensure that the expansion of our Lebensraum, is that how you would say that?
living space. I don't know why they didn't. They you use the word because that's what's in the history books, but
Hmm.
it's just living space. It's like
Okay.
it was the concept of we're expanding for more space for the master
Okay.
race.
Across the globe can unfold at an even faster pace. If I remember correctly, she's the antagonist or main antagonist for the second game.
I think so, but I haven't played it obviously, and probably never will. I'm living vicariously through you.
I might, but not maybe that one I won't do on. I might not do that one on our channel. There's the other guy. Okay. How much noise can I make?
Oh, this isn't even a very big game.
Frostpunk?
I probably can't. Yeah, I probably can't play today, but I am gonna download it so it's ready when I can.
I think our plan today is after going to Costco to pick up more cat food because we're out of wet cat food at least. Hello? Oh, pistol run. I think after we get more wet cat food, we're just gonna play Minecraft. And just relax.
I might be on to do that for a little bit because that's easy. I don't have to learn a new game system.
Yeah, I got the first Frostpunk. I don't remember from where, and I tried it. I'm like, this is overwhelming for me.
I played it in another friend's library a lot on an old computer because it would run on that computer.
Mm.
It's on Game Pass now, I think. It wasn't originally. And I may have picked it up on sale at one point on Steam. I can't remember. Sometimes it's nice to have the Steam version because depending on how they set up the Game Pass version of games, they don't always work with the same mods.
Yeah, and
So
that's why some games, even though I know it's on Game Pass, like Kunitsugami, right, refuse to work with my controller. And I'm
yeah,
like, this is
yeah.
definitely a controller game. So I ended up
Or
buying
like
that. But
you can't use like Nexus mods with the Bethesda games
I'm like, who?
from Game Pass, which like kind of ruins a lot of the point of Skyrim these days to me.
Yeah, because like, I don't know how much the modding scene is in Starfield, but like, that's definitely a game where I'm like, if there were some cool mods, I would probably enjoy that game a lot more.
Yeah, did I say Starfield or Skyrim?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember.
Okay, well, I meant Skyrim, but Starfield, the same's also true for it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I got it on Steam because I wanted to play with mods potentially. Like, I wanted that option.
Yeah, 100%. I would never buy it, or I wouldn't play. Hello. I wouldn't play a Bethesda game until like on Game Pass. Hello. Now a Call of Duty game 100% because I refuse to give them my money.
Yeah, yeah.
But I will.
I am genuinely tempted to get into the zombies.
No, that's
mode.
the only reason I'm like considering playing Black Ops 6 is. The
Yeah, I mean,
zombies.
honestly,
I've always preferred the Black Ops series too.
I might be into streaming that. I'll be real.
Mhm.
Like, that might be fun. That might be a lot of fun to get into it for that.
I'm sure Jones would love that as well.
Like, I'm probably gonna suck for the first several hours, but like, I like that game on that mode on Black Ops. It's basically the only mode I've ever enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
My roommate was like way too good at it, so he played it all the time. So I just couldn't sit down and play it enough. Like, I had to study, right? So
that was me. With
and I wanted to read, right? Like, I
Yeah.
had other things I wanted to do, not just play games. But
Yeah, actually, yesterday I read a lot yesterday. I finished one novel that was like 2/3. Oh, hello. Well,
Yeah.
that seems less than fair.
it's like the murder boxes in Resident Evil.
Yeah, and in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have taken that health. That was there. What is that saying? Oh.
I think it says new frontier. Our will is strong, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Glenson means frontier. I think it's frontier or border. I can't remember. Let me just look it up real quick. Boundaries, new boundaries. So yeah, new boundaries. Like, new frontiers wouldn't be the worst concept, like, conceptually, but.
Okay, the thing I'm noticing, and this is probably partly designed because like this is meant to evoke like the older, like what they're calling now boomer shooters, like the Doom style.
Oh.
It's like
Yeah, I think Doom is
was
probably tighter than this game, honestly. But is this made by the same people or no?
No. This is a new studio that basically has only made Wolfenstein games.
Right.
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was a way that the game communicates where I'm getting shot from, because that was the main issues. I had no idea where I was getting shot from, so they were able to just bombard me for a hot minute. Oh, I could have gone this way and avoided all that nonsense. Yeah, that's something. Well, look at that. I will say the game is also weirdly. Hello. I mean, there's no like commander signals. I'm like really tempted to just go guns blazing.
Sorry, did you say something? I think I cut out a little bit.
No, I'm just saying like there's no like commander signal. So I'm really tempted to just go in guns blazing. Oh, see all this stealthing in first person. There he is.
Get that lift raised. Get going.
Okay, he's probably up there, if I had to guess. Oh shit. I feel like that alarm should have continued on, but From where? What was I saying? Oh, this first-person like stealthy stuff makes me want to play Dishonored again.
Oh yeah.
I have such a soft spot for those games. They're not. Where is this fool? There he is. Yeah, part of the problem is I didn't have any body armor, so I was getting melted. Okay, where do I go to raise the platform? No, not here. No ammo. Maxed out on ammo. AR marksman. I mean, it's not like these are terribly big levels. Am I just dumb? It's interesting. Like this game has little bits of like stealth level design in it with these like little ducks I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
It just seems it's interesting because like stealth isn't really
It doesn't seem like something that they emphasize, but they allow for it in like
yeah.
really narrow contexts.
Mm-hmm. And like wait, what? Oh, here we go. But yeah, I never finished this thought, but like I like how in older games like this, like they don't have the icons yet for like side mouse buttons or middle mouse buttons, so they just tell you the number.
Oh,
So like mouse 5 is technically I think one of my side mouse buttons, and mouse 3 is usually dictates the middle mouse button. On like more modern games, they'll actually have like a picture of a mouse, and since most mice now are designed with at least the two side buttons, they can there's at least enough icons to denote that much at least.
I think those side buttons are usually like forward and backward by default, but you can recode. Most of the time, you can re.
Yeah, like on mine. Look at this grandma, by the way. Like she is ready to go. Oh well. Okay. There goes that.
I need to go about mapping my mouse.
Hello? I will probably die. Yep.
I got two of the same mouse, so I could have one for the office and one for home. And it's one of the Logitech. Probably like a little more overkill than I needed for like
Is
a
it
work
the
mouse.
502X?
It's the
Hero?
G502 Hero.
Yeah, that's the one I have. I have the X Pro or Plus, I think, which just lets me charge it wirelessly.
Yeah, I don't know if I will put the weights in it because I haven't decided like do I is it I don't think it's a problem without the weights. So,
Are you fucking kidding me?
but it's like of course it has like the what is it 1 2.
So it has 2 on the sides, and then it has like 2 on next to the left mouse button, and it has like a middle one,
Yeah, so
and then like another one on a third one on the left side. It has an insane number.
yeah, it has another one in the middle. Yeah, 2 next to the left click, and 3 on the side next to your thumb. So yeah.
Mhm.
I need to go map them, and then I need to figure out make profiles because especially games like Crusader Kings are really nice to map things to. Because then you don't have to deal with a bunch of the keyboard and moving your hand around on the keyboard.
Yeah, I think for like Apex, for instance, I have one of them as just like sorry, I have one of them as just X, or the melee button essentially, because it's far enough that my thumb struggles sometimes when I'm like freaking out playing games.
Yeah.
And I think that third one on the side is meant more for like in shooters at least
Yeah.
to be like a sniping button. So if you're sniping, you hold it hello. Are you for real?
I'm curious if the for a callback in the game, I'm curious if the like super concrete concept, which like sounds kind of silly on its face, I wonder if that coincided with that research about how the Romans made their concrete, and like did that inform that decision, and they decided to do some deep cut because the Germans were positioning themselves as like another inheritor of Rome, the Nazi project. That's why it was called. It was called the Third Reich because it was the Third German Empire, but it was also meant to
Evoke
draw
Roman Empire,
like continuation of So was Mussolini. Like that, every fascist organization does that.
Well,
they evoke a return to that civilization.
I'm getting a deja vu because didn't you mention that in the hello, with the context of like the U.S. as well?
Yeah. I mean, it's not. That's the kind of the problem with fascism, is that it's borrowing from like existing tropes on the table and just like hyper focuses it. Because like most of the West kind of does that stuff too.
Wait, where are those turret guns? That's what I need. Excuse me. Beep boop, beep boop.
And it's one of the things that makes a lot of it so appealing to people. So.
Okay.
I don't know why they give you 2 of these at once. For your very first encounter.
I'm also probably not being that. It's probably a weak spot in the backside. Because that's how games work. I'm a gamer. I play video games.
I can't remember what Eisen means, but stone and steel. Something.
Hold on! We'll go away from this now. Robot!
Okay. Oh, that's my throwing knife. God damn it. That's my grenade? Okay, cool. Are you done? I can't tell. I think you're done.
No,
okay.
It has to blow. No, I think it has to blow up. Maybe it's just frozen in space for now. I think it like you can get it to freeze like that, which is probably the strategy, to get one to freeze and then like wail on the other one or something.
Oh, okay. Guess we're doing it that way. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, can you get them to freeze?
I'm probably gonna try to freeze one and then turret it. I think that's the move.
Evolution through science and war. I mean, I think Wissenschaft can also be translated as like general knowledge, but
We are going away from this place now.
That man's performance for that line. All right.
this is one thing that these games, like, can you even skip those scenes? Oh, it's a very short scene. Never mind. It's looking tedious to watch those over and over again. Are you able to throw grenades when you have this loaded, or you have to drop it to do that?
I don't know. Oh. Oh shit.
Oh, it didn't hit.
I have to reattach it to reload. Oh shit.
That's
okay.
silly. Can you dual wield?
This doesn't seem like how I should go about this. Okay, I think that one's done. Okay. What I need are grenades, because that seems... Oh, nope, you're still alive.
I did make a weird little motion, so it kind of looked like it, but...
Well, it just straight up like stopped moving, so I thought I was done.
I think they blow up.
I mean, yeah. There we go. Okay, so I just need a heal mostly right now. This is the move. Have some armor. Okay. Could steal armor from it. I'm gonna run over here, see if there's any heals. There are no heals. Come on. I mean, that's what I get for just being really impatient in these fights.
I'd have to like relearn how to play a game like this, because it's like you're going back to basically like the old school shooter style.
Yeah, the boomer shooter, like
Where,
run
like,
and gun.
Yeah, where like cover is just crouching behind a crate. You're not like you don't have a
sticking
cover
to
mechanic.
cover. Dude, that just Gears of War. We should go through that.
Oh yeah, that would be a good one. That actually might be good to like do
And then the Halo ones too.
after getting through Shadow of the Colossus, maybe.
Yeah, and then
That might be
yeah,
better
you
because
get-
it's like at least a little more interactive. Like this is fine. This is fine me watching you watching me play, but it's like it's a very different type of experience, and like to be honest, like my mind's gonna drift because I'm not the one playing the game.
Riesling Barista 2000. That cup of coffee looks delightful.
Okay, play it cool, Blazkowicz. You're just another Nazi jerk went for coffee in the middle of the night.
I hope you don't talk to yourself, my guy.
Just head back to the cabin. Avoid eye contact.
Sie können den Kaffee auf den Tisch abstellen. Augenblick mal. Lassen Sie sich mal ansehen. Ja. Sehr schöne arische Züge. Findest du nicht auch, Bobi?
Ja, mir gefallen seine Augen.
Bitte, setzen Sie sich.
Yeah, I mean,
Booby?
I don't.
Entschuldigen Sie mein Benehmen. Ich bin Obersturmbannführer Engel. Und das ist mein
What's that word?
liebreizender Begleiter.
I'm just like
Was war das, mein Schatz?
silly name that the Germans gave to their military command.
Ich möchte Sie einem Test unterziehen.
I mean, Führer just means leader.
Yeah.
Like obviously because
That
of
one
the,
I knew,
that
but
whole,
like the all
because
the
of that whole
words.
situation. Well,
Ich bin mir sicher, dass Sie diesen Test
what did she
mit
say again? It's like
Leichtigkeit bestehen
Oster-
werden. Und wenn
it's
nicht,
like
Ah.
Ober. I think it's
dann werde ich
Obersturm
Sie erschießen.
or something like that.
Haben Sie das verstanden?
Hmm.
This man is at least a bisexual.
They're playing on the gay Nazi trope, which is like
Aber
a little
antworten Sie
bit overplayed, but
Hmm.
Wenn Sie nach der Waffe greifen sollten, sind Sie tot. Noch bevor Sie die Entscheidung bereuen werden.
it's overplayed and also like a little bit
Lasst uns anfangen!
goofy. I don't know that they do it in this exactly, but like
Wählen Sie das Foto,
it's been brought up to like,
das Sie erregt.
oh,
Wenn Sie wissen, was ich
in
meine.
some respect, the Nazis are bad because they allowed gay people or something like that, you know?
I'm gonna go for the blue eyes.
Which like is obviously ridiculous, but
Und jetzt wählen Sie das Foto, das in Ihnen Glücksgefühle auslöst.
I'm gonna go for whiteness.
Interessant. Meinen Sie, dass dieser Mann unreines Blut hat, Bernhard?
Ich weiß nicht, Frau Obersturmbannführer.
there we go.
Ja, das werden wir bald wissen, nicht wahr? Diesmal wählen Sie das Bild, das Sie am meisten mit Abscheu erfüllt. Ich hätte sagen sollen,
Okay, so
es
Wikipedia.
ist Ihre letzte Wahl.
Yeah, so that's what I thought.
Also wählen Sie weise.
All that word means is senior assault unit leader. So,
Ich sage Ihnen etwas.
and it was a paramilitary rank originally, and then
Hätten Sie zur Waffe gegriffen.
became
Sie müssen diese Dame
Because
schon
it's part of the
entschuldigen,
SS
aber
and the
sie ist so
SA.
stolz darauf, diese Bilderrätsel mit wildfremden Männern zu spielen.
Hello.
Diese Bilder. Urlaubsfotos, alte Kriegsaufnahmen. Gar nichts. Davon abgesehen kann ich ein Nicht-Arier mit bloßem Auge erkennen. Du etwa nicht? Lassen Sie ihn gehen, Bernhard.
This is also uncomfortable because like the animations are not very good.
In seinem Abteil warten auf ihn.
They look grotesque just because their animations are bad.
Mhm. But also,
Which like obviously not as bad as it's been, but like their faces are fucking weird looking.
okay, hold on though. Look at that fit. Look at those physics though.
Way too much effort. Way too much effort for that. Can you imagine the person who had to do that?
But you
That is
know
also
what?
a weird. That is a weird colored coffee. I'm gonna say.
Kudos to that person though,
Yeah.
who spent the time to code this.
What I think is funny is it probably is just literally a disc that like wiggles. It's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah,
Not
it's
to
like
like ruin, not to ruin not to ruin the not to
visual.
ruin the visuals.
No, but it rotates like an ice disc.
Yeah, and the bubbles don't move, and there's no like actual movement of liquid. It's just a flat disc that bobs around.
A rich deposit of limestone has been discovered a few kilometers north of Belica, Croatia. The geologists who surveyed the sites say that there's an abundance of the special composition of limestone that is very suitable for the manufacture of super concrete, the material used by the Reich architects when constructing new buildings. This could be our biggest find yet, commented the geologist. guy's awkward as fuck. Okay, I was like, what?
Yeah, so that's what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if they are trying to harken to that, to the Roman stuff. But yeah, this is. I forgot about that scene. I've seen part of this played through, like here and there.
I know where to go. A way to get inside Eisenwald prison. There's a hotel.
You might have to do a brief cut in this one. 'Cause I don't know if that could be on YouTube as much as people get away with it
Police
sometimes.
headquarters is notorious here in Berlin.
I don't know.
They bring prisoners inside for questioning.
Might as well, because
They
it could get
torture them.
auto flagged, and then
They drive them
that
back to
could be a
Eisenwald
problem.
prison.
But
Mm-hmm.
If they're still alive. Something. There's a prison
But then
transport arriving.
I remember, like, I remember the trailer for the second one where they just show they're fully clothed, but like, two characters that I don't know, so I don't know. It's not really spoilery, but like, one lady's just riding a guy. They're fully clothed, but like, it's very obvious that they're riding him. Like,
okay, well, I don't know.
but I'm not sure if like the line is like there's full nudity versus
No one does.
full nude sex versus like covered sex.
A lot of this is like self-censorship for to avoid the possibility of being caught in it.
Mhm.
Right. Give me a second. I accidentally unplugged my headphones.
Curious gadget. Useless without a battery.
Hello. Toka for cutting through what thin wire fences, chains, and other small steel objects. Cut an opening.
Needs a
Okay.
recharge.
Okay. Interesting.
And he gets cut a full rectangle. I could be wrong, but
Oh, okay. I had to do the bottom part.
wouldn't be Wolfenstein without weird technology that doesn't make sense. I guess this kind of
Are
is
you
fine.
for
but,
real? Oh my god.
didn't make it tall enough for you to get through.
Because I'm just a massive Polish man.
Name
Are you-
Blaskowitz. It's not wide enough.
God. Fucking Christ.
Can you not move through it still? Are you gonna have to reload?
I'm gonna be so upset. I can play Sekiro, I can play Dark Souls, I can play Elden Ring, but apparently this shit is my downfall.
What am I doing the rest of the day? I don't know. We should play the Call of Duty and then Zombies Mode specifically. I don't really care
we'll
about the story at all. I
then
don't
we'll
need
become-
to hear.
We'll become
We'll just become
big
a
Call of
zombies.
Duty streamers because that's what we
Just-
want.
No, maybe that's the wrong decision. Or maybe it just means that like I need to do something else on the side that isn't that in the same like time frame, right? Like 1 or 2 days a week is that, and other days are something else. But I don't know. That's a lot of. I'm not sure I'm able to commit to that just yet. Okay. I'm gonna send you a video because like. Okay.
I forgot how
That is a-
mapable or not the maps are supposed to be in this game.
I'm not a car person, okay? So let me be very real when I send you this. I'm not a car person,
Aw.
but this is a nice looking car.
Hello, phone. Do I have a throwing knife? I don't. Okay. Okay, that's going away.
Like this is clearly an ad for the campaign, but still.
Are you talking about the Tim Waltz video where he like?
Yeah,
talks
have you
about-
seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's very
such
nice.
a nice looking car.
Like, it's not for me because I don't give two
No.
shits about cars. But like,
There are
No.
some old cars that I would probably be fully willing to like. I would pay good money for some of those older cars kept like made nice versus like a new car.
like I used to be
Like I wouldn't spend anything close to the money that a Cybertruck is worth, but like I can see that being worth it for an older vehicle that's been kept up, right?
I used to be like, I specifically very much really liked the M5 series of BMWs, right? That was like my dream car. But as I got through college, I'm like, I just need a vehicle to get me from A to B, man. Like, that's all I need. And then eventually when my Accord died, that Accord, man, I got us through a lot of places. And then when I got my current car, I'm like, I just want a slightly bigger car because I will have this probably by the time I have children and or family, other stuff. I need a slightly bigger car. And my only like deal breaker when I was looking for it was like it has to have Android Auto or CarPlay. I refuse to budge on this. But whatever. At 3:56 yesterday afternoon, astronaut Hans Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. First contact with the moon's surface was made 30 minutes after Armstrong and his co-pilot Emmerich Otto steered the lunar module to its landing spot in an area known as the Glimmer Bowl. After the landing, the two astronauts began their adventure on the moon by planting the beautiful flag of the Reich. Then they started collecting soil and rock samples for further analysis back on Earth. When did we land on the moon in reality?
1969.
69, okay, I was like, was it 65?
Yeah. 69.
Schichtwechsel, wir sind spät dran. Genau eine Minute, Hans. Dann müssen wir aber los.
But we were not the first people in space. Which, the whole reason for the moon project was because technically the Russians got into space first.
We lost a piston contest.
Yeah. Which, like, some of that has value, so it's not completely useless, but I've definitely gotten to the point where, like, I'm totally for space research and satellites and stuff like that. I don't think any of it should be done purely in private industry at this point. And especially not private industry that we have now. It's like, the fiasco with Boeing, where it's like, oh, safety feature. This safety feature is like messed up. Like this gasket is screwed up or this O-ring is screwed up. So we don't know if you'll just die instantly if you re-enter under this rocket, so we're not going to, and you might have to wait there till 2025 for a SpaceX team to get you, which is just utterly ridiculous. It also like further reinforces like SpaceX being a legitimate company, which frustrates me. Like they're just giving handouts by the government when those handouts could go to an an actual state space program. Sorry, going on my anti-space travel tear, which is like just slightly hyperbolic, but also like not entirely untrue in my mind. Like the idea of space travel is cool. I love sci-fi, I love space operas and everything, but like we're running into the realities of the real world, and not. That was a terrible sentence. We're running into reality rather than fantasy, and like there's a lot of things we need to deal with here. And in case anyone happens to listen to this and thinks otherwise, you are not going to Mars. If you go to Mars, you will be digging the mines underneath the surface. You will not get to enjoy Mars.
I need to watch The Expanse.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I didn't know this actually. That the two authors that wrote that, so because it's a pen name.
Yeah, it is, but yeah.
They helped George R.R. Martin on a lot of his stuff. Apparently, like helped with editing and building a world and shit like that. In the time that he has published one book and still not published Winds of Winter, that turned into 2 books by the time he was done.
They have written like
or supposedly 2.
Like
they've written 11 books or something like that, and concluded
an insane
the
number
series.
Of books. Yep.
And there's an Amazon show.
Like, come on, man.
Like, I get it. Like, writing can be hard, but like, if this is your entire job, get fucked.
Yeah. And like you're telling
I'm sorry.
You have time to work on the original Game of Thrones show, and you have time to. Ooh, how do I deal with that?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's just he got paid, so he stopped caring.
Yeah,
like maybe that's a little cynical, but like he sold the show, and I think he probably got a little bit tired of the story, and it wasn't like the thing to focus on.
Oh, I see what they're okay. But also just the fact that I'm just doing this, just on the side over here,
just casually. You're so close to him, and yet somehow he can't see you.
Oh shit!
He still can't see you there. Like how it's just
yeah,
he
it's
just
there
walks through the gate. Oh jeez. I don't know how he can't see you. I'm gonna be honest. You are a giant man. How does your blockhead not show through there?
But also this hole in the fence.
Yeah, that too.
And this is what I mean when like stealth like this is goofy, because like if they built actual AI for this stealth, homie would have seen me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, and to be clear, we're talking like old school video game AI, even not like our current conversation about AI. Although even that, like, and that's an application where it could be kind of useful, not for generating like content and assets and stuff, but like fine tuning some of those routines. Like if it were to use part of your GPU for some of that, like that could have some interesting effects as far as gameplay mechanics are concerned. For one, it can allow for a certain amount of like reassessment on the fly rather than just a static algorithm it runs through.
Okay.
Which I wouldn't. If they get if the AI gets too smart, then the game is entirely unenjoyable. But like sometimes it's too dumb and it becomes hard to play too.
So I like that the guy and me were like just stabbing each other to see who could kill each other first via stabbing.
Yeah. I enjoy it. Like their helmets are like very clearly meant to look like because I mean the stormtrooper helmets were
informed by Nazi.
We're informed by the well, yeah, but like specifically like the SA, which was actually the group that was actually the group that was destroyed. No, it was so God. Fucking nerds.
Dude, hey,
So-
man, embrace that.
No, not me. I'm talking about
Hello?
I'm talking about the Nazis being nerds because like all these names and everything. Um,
I am not equipped to deal with you right now.
no, definitely not. So the different paramilitary groups rose up in the pre-war period, like with the Weimar period in Germany. Two of them were the SS, which became the Schutzstaffel, which became like the secret police entity. Like I think the Gestapo was actually branched off of them or something like that. I could be a little bit wrong about the details there, but anyway, that's the basic contours. And then the SA, which is the Sturmabteilung, or the Storm Division, is
Hell
where you
yeah.
get the stormtrooper name. They're often called stormtroopers in English, and that's where you get the stormtrooper name. Technically, that group was run by a gay man, so he was one. That was one of the groups that was killed during the Night of the Long Knives when Hitler consolidated his own power. The SS became the dominant paramilitary group tied to the Nazi Party, and everyone else who was able to challenge them on that side of in that part of the equation were that was a weird animation. Everyone else who was able to challenge was no longer a factor, right? And anyway, and that man's name was Ernst Röhm, or Ernst Röhm if you were just reading it. And it's like the kind of thing that I try to, with anyone, if I'm ever talking to anyone, it's like, hey, you really think he's not going to come for you? You really think you're not going to be on the chopping block? Please go read about this guy and reconsider your priorities.
Gotta be the laziest bunch of guards the world has ever seen.
I mean, if I didn't remain fluent in German, at least I learned history from it, right? A lot of my joke is that like not joke really, but it's probably true for a lot of universities. Honestly, the German program though at UCD was like not great for making sure you understood the language. Like if you put in a lot of self-study, you can, but I just didn't
Was it
think
more about
like once you
the
got past
history?
like the intermediate stage, there wasn't a lot of help to like make sure you continued to build on it. Like it turned into a lot of like culture and history study, and it's like,
Yeah.
that's great, but
I mean, I feel like
I'm no longer learning the language at this point. I'm just learning about history and stuff. So, which is like necessary, but still, it's not. Some of that was probably that I didn't do any studying too. Like I didn't do study abroad.
Hello. What?
That was
That turned-
interesting.
That was a weird little like. I thought it was a cutscene.
Well, it's kind of like when you move forward and smack the guy in the face, but it like moved you in that position to do it. Can you throw your knife? Or that would get rid of your knife.
If I had a knife to throw, yes, I could.
Oh, okay. You don't have throwing knives. I see.
Which is kind of silly to me. Oh.
Great.
Hello.
Oh, you can now shoot.
But my question is it a stunning thing or is it meant to kill? Oh shit. Hello?
It actually seems to be
Just
pretty effective.
single shot.
It was super effective. What the hell? Procedural? Right. What? Huh.
Fucking dog thing.
Yeah.
Make sure I stop the charge. Back to shooting mode, because you never know.
Yeah, well, here's some B. Suppose B2 gotta be in here somewhere.
Dude. Just popping these guys.
Yeah. Well, now, so you asked, is there a stealth mechanic? It's like, well, here it is. Between throwing knives and stabbing them back, and this thing, like, that is kind of the stealth mechanic. You do have limited ammo, I guess, so.
But, like, if I can one-shot with mouse and keyboard...
Yeah. Well, especially because you've played enough of these games that you're pretty good at it, too, so. I will be right back. I need to run to the bathroom real quick.
Time to let the monsters out of the cage. Leashed up again. My goddamn animals.
Oh, it's our friend.
Can you get that hatch open? You may be a way out. Good. Now climb into the vent shaft.
Proper hardware. Side for sore eyes.
Not the best you can do, you wee nasty cunt. You and me, Blaskowitz. We are getting the fuck out of here now. Easy! Hurry up! Looks like a two-man lock. We have to hit these two buttons at the same time. On my mark, hit that button there. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
love a good Prison Break.
That did it! Run! Let's get out of here! This way! Quickly!
Mhm.
Cover me while I open this gate. Flash, you can't let shoot this Nazi in his goddamn face. Go on ahead, Blazkowicz. I'll have to get this Jack to the next gate. Keep my back covered, Blazkowicz.
Mein Gott, wir verlieren die Kontrolle. Erschießt die Gefangenen!
Useless Nazi dogs!
Tötet sie alle!
All right, I'm back.
So we're initiating a prison break, Black Ops style. I basically got this game's version of a super shotgun. That's fun.
A super shotgun.
I'm referring to the shotgun from Doom specifically, where it's like a double barrel shotgun that like one-shots pretty much everything.
Oh.
Like from when I used to play Doom, like on the computer, because my uncle, no, N64, because my uncle had it. I would almost exclusively use that gun because it like blew through everything. Hello. Oh. Okay, there was
Cover me while I open this gate!
stealth in here. We found our Scottish friend from previously. You know, because he's alive, but he'll probably end up dying soon. Because games.
Because it's a video game. Good people can't stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
Being more cynical than I need to be, maybe, but that's how it goes.
This game ass game, man.
I saw someone with a "My Name Is Earl" shirt on yesterday.
Weird.
I know, but it reminded me of I think it was Drew Gooden on YouTube who did a video on. Maybe I'll watch that before I take my nap. As I go take my nap. It's either Drew Gooden, might have been Eddie Burback. Oh no, it was actually. It looks like it might have been Jose. Just completely different sets of channels. Basically just like how it was actually a show in an era that was actually kind of like hopeful, like not cynical about everything. And yeah, I mean, I've talked about that before. It's like so much media we consume is just cynical about everything. And like,
Yeah.
it's good to be realistic about things and not like paint a story for yourself that's not at all engaging with reality. But like,
Yeah, like
a lot of things are just like incredibly cynical and like
or bleak.
everything is terrible and bleak, and it's just like God.
Like it gets exhausting. Like
It's like The
no-
Last of Us. Why I kind of have trouble with it sometimes. Like I love the gameplay mechanics, and I would really almost like take some of those developers and have them make their own game. Like, get Neil Druckmann the hell out of that room and make something that has those mechanics, but it's like less just
Hello.
dour about the human experience. Because at the end of the day, we decide the human experience, and this idea that like everything needs to be terrible is kind of hurting us.
Hmm. That's why, like, I
Like we kind of we also like, this is a little bit woo woo or whatever, but it's also functionally Buddhist. It's like you're going to integrate like the things that you take in. So we live in the context of everything that came before.
fell out of the coconut
Oh,
tree.
Yeah, I know. I can't even remember the whole phrase right now, but yeah. So
I'm like, let's out shotgun each other, guy. Hello. Oh no, don't like that. Are you? Homie just blasted me that quickly? Goddamn. That's one thing I will criticize of this game right now is like sometimes I feel like they mow me down, no problem.
yeah, I mean, some of that probably has to do a bit with how it is one of those old style.
But like this homie with the shotgun. Like it takes I can't granted like it takes so much to kill him, but then he's just mowing me down, no problem.
You know, so I'm gonna say this, like, you know that one of my worst. You and I talk about this a lot, so you know a lot of my grievances with different Silicon Valley thought. One of the most painful things that comes out of these quote unquote technologies, is creating something that already exists, but now it's repackaged so that you're able to like sell it a different way. And like sometimes that becomes like explicitly like cultural things from other areas of the world.
It's like my
This
whole
isn't
problem.
Silicon
It's like
Valley, but like soy drumsticks.
it's my whole problem
That
with
thing.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah, sure. In not in fairness, but like just some of the stuff Trader Joe's carries are actually the same product as packaged elsewhere. Because I know, because one of the people facilitates for both like Costco and Trader Joe's that we work with. But it's like
What?
It's companies like Juicero
Oh my
and
God. It's fucking annoying.
one thing that I saw this last week everywhere. Like I think they sponsored the conference I was at, and I'm not going to get too into it because I don't want to get too wide. But if you know what conference happened last week, you guys can figure it out if you're listening. In San Francisco, but they had this machines called Bevy, and it's very similar to those Coca-Cola machines. It's like multiple flavors, but it's water, and it's like, yeah, it has multiple flavors. Yeah, you can choose whether it's carbonated or not. That's kind of cool. But like, this is just sparkling water and flavoring, and like, I could just put water and I could put water with cucumbers in it. Out. I don't need this machine. Like, it's like an innovation, but you're literally just taking like plastic cartridges and then water and saying you made something new. Like, it, no, you didn't. You created a new problem because now we have to deal with that waste. Like,
Well,
right?
it reminds me.
It's a little bit like Keurig, right? It's like, it's very similar
Yeah.
to the Keurig machine fad. And I just said Keurig because that's technically the way that word should be pronounced, but everyone says Keurig, so whatever.
What I was gonna say is, like, Louisa recently bought this thing called Circle, which is kind of like a similar vibe of, like, it's a water bottle that you put this like cartridge in, and then like you can control how much of that flavoring goes into the water, because technically, like, you drink it, the water passes through that cartridge, and
yeah.
then it has, you know, whatever amount of flavoring you wanted it to have.
Yeah. Well, and it's this kind of, in any case, like that, that's at least like
I'm not taking any
just
fucking
that. I don't
chances.
know. It's just weird to me having these like entire machines. It's like, now it has to have a CO2 thing in there. It has to have a cartridges for the flavoring, and then some way to get the water in there.
Like, oh my god. I have to go hunt for fucking health. Yeah, calm down, buddy. I have to hunt for health because this game doesn't really communicate.
Can you not shoot him through the bars? I was gonna say that's gonna be annoying if that's.
I can, but it's just like, the thing is, I have like barely any health.
Yeah. Oh, because it only resets to 20.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Oh, you have to get in this car anyways. That works out, I guess.
Oh my god.
Drive! Drive up the stairs! Fuck it! Drive right through the window!
That was an awful idea.
Why would we just shoot? Why is that the decision we made?
Now's not the time to be obsessed with our lady friend.
Turn it over, Blastaway!
Are we not concerned for Anya? Okay.
Shut it, eh? Well, no getting through here.
I can't believe you made it out of there.
I assume that's gonna signal the end of our level.
And very quiet text. Awesome.
We should all be dead. Like, there's no reason for us to have survived this.
Yeah, and like also there's no way you could have known if you would just like fall out to like a giant cliff. Wild decision. To just run through a pane of glass without knowing what's on the other side.
Is that me?
Hmm.
No, the statue. I'm like, is that me?
I don't know. I can't tell. I don't think so. I think it's probably just like a vague concept of an Ubermensch or
It's a
something,
concept of a man.
right? The concept of a Superman,
Yeah.
because that's like their whole thing, right? They like they all of these movements were informed by like a wild misreading of Nietzsche, because Nietzsche wasn't really advocating for this stuff, but that kind of became his legacy because of actions of his sister and people misreading his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was also losing his mind long before he fully lost his mind. Let's be real. Some people suspect he had a parasite, but like he possibly just had like full on like actual schizophrenia, and like we didn't know how to think about it at the time. He also like really thought about some pretty intense stuff, so it might have really
Okay.
kind of broken his brain too. So
I think we're gonna call it there, mostly because it's been a long recording. Next time we'll dive into the waters of baptism. Bye.
peace.